Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Pastor Jeff.
What is your theme this week? What were you learning about this week?
Animals.
Animals. What type of animals were you learning about?
Animals.
Farm animals. Wow. I'm going to test you today to see how good you are about knowing different types of animals, okay? Right. Does anybody know what this is over here? A cow. Wow. How do we know it's a cow? Because it can make a sound called a moo sound. Is everybody going to say moo? Go moo. What do we get from cows? Oh, milk. But we also eat them, don't we? Yes. Yes. We get meat and we get leather from cows as well. Yeah, okay, so wow, okay. So this is a cow. I'm going to do another one. Do you know what this one is? It's a pig. What sound does a pig make? Okay, and what does a cow eat? Grass. Okay, and what does a pig eat?
What's our food?
It eats what we eat, okay? So if we eat what, it'll eat anything.
It eats salad.
Okay, it eats lots of insects and it's got a big snout and it scratches in the ground and it eats roots and it eats insects in the ground, okay? Okay, right. Do you have a nose that can be used to plow the ground? No, he's got a big fat nose that he uses to plow the ground to find out what's in the ground, okay? Right, so what do we use pigs for?
For mud.
No, yeah, they make a lot of mud, but that's not what we use it for. We eat them, okay? We eat pigs, okay? Right, my next one, what is this one? Our horse. What sound does a horse make? Yeah. Yeah. Right, what do we use a horse for? To ride, because they're nice, big and strong, so we can sit on them and we can ride them. What else can we use horses for? They can also pull carts, okay? Right, with wheels.
And it can also run.
Yes, they run very, very fast. We can have horse races with them, okay? And then, who knows what this part of the hair over here is called? It's a mane, right, okay. Right, that's a horse. And now, what do you know about this one? What's this? Sheep. And what sound does a sheep make? And what do they eat? Also grass, okay. And what do we do with sheep? Yeah, to cut off their hair, it makes, what's it called? Wool. Okay, have you got a woolen jersey on like this one? Has anybody got a woolen jersey on? If you've got a woolen jersey that's knitted, that's what it's made out of, okay? Right? So I'm wearing a woolen jersey over here, and that's what they make out of, so they keep us warm. And what else do we do with sheep? We also eat them. Okay, what's this? A goat. And what sound does a goat make? And what do they eat? They eat grass, but they don't just eat grass. They also like leaves and bushes. Okay, what do we get from goats? Milk. We can get milk from them. We get goat's cheese and milk. And what else do? We also can eat them. Okay? Right. And use their leather. So I'm going to tell you a story about, what's this one? A sheep. And this one is a goat. When you're on a farm, normally, if you got who looks after sheep and goats? Yeah, but there's a special person who looks after them. A sheepdog also looks after them. But what's the man or the boy called? A shepherd. That's right. A shepherd looks after sheep and goats. And normally what happens is sheep and goats are together in the same flock. They're going to eat the same things, okay? And the shepherd looks after both. They also run away. So sheep and goats are normally put together in a big flock, and they eat and are looked after by a shepherd. And then Jesus told the following story. Are you listening to the following story? He says that when he comes to the end, and we go back, he's going to come back, he's going to divide his flock into sheep on the right-hand side and goats on the left-hand side. Can you tell the difference between sheep and goats?
Those ones have long horns.
These ones have got long horns and these ones have got curly horns. What else is different?
They have wool.
This has got long hair and this has got curly hair, right?
Yeah.
And they're different color. So he says, as easy as you can divide a sheep over here and a goat over there, so can he divide people. Is he telling the difference between people by their hair? No. Is he telling the difference between people by their skin color? No. Is he telling the difference between whether they have legs or arms? No. So how's he telling the difference between people? Something inside. It's your heart. Okay, and this is how he tells the difference between those who belong to him and those who don't. The ones he says that belong to him, he says to them, you can come and be with me on my right and go to heaven if you have looked after me when I was hungry, you gave me food, and when I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. When I was naked, you gave me clothes. And when I was in prison, you were my friend. Okay? And the sheep will say, when did I do that to Jesus? He says, when you were looking after anybody else who was hungry and they needed food, and when they were thirsty and they needed something to drink, and they didn't have clothes, and they gave some clothes, and when they needed a friend, you were a friend. And he's going to say to the goats, you don't belong to me. How's he going to tell? Is it by our skin color or our hair? No. It's about your heart. Okay? And what he's going to say to the goats, he says, you can't come to me and live with me. Why? Because when I was naked, did they give clothes? No. When they were hungry, did they give food? No. When I was thirsty, did they give something to drink? No. When they needed a friend, was there a friend? No. Okay. And then they will say, when did we see you, Jesus? If we had seen you, we would have done those things. He said, if you had done it to the least of the people on earth, then you would have done it to me. What does it mean? Everybody who needs food should get some food. And everybody who needs something to drink, should they get something to drink? Yes. And if they have no clothes, should they get some clothes? And if they haven't got a friend, should they get a friend? Okay. It tells the difference between people not on what they look on the outside, but what looks on the inside. And what's important is our heart and whether we love people. Okay. So that's how he tells the difference between people, as easy as we can tell the difference between a sheep and a goat. Okay? Are you going to have a heart that's going to love people? Okay? If you love people and they're hungry, will you share your lunch? Yes, I think you should. If somebody's thirsty, will you share your water? Yes, I think you should. If you haven't got clothes, will you bring clothes from home? And if somebody doesn't have a friend and they're all alone on the playground, will you go and be their friend? That would be very nice. Okay, that means that you've got a loving heart for people and it makes Jesus very happy. Okay? Okay, let's pray. Lord, dear Lord, help me to be a loving person. When somebody needs a friend, I will see them and be their friend. Amen. Okay, thank you everybody.